I'm your GM, Paul, and with me are Christian, Colleen, and Max. Just a few quick announcements before we get the game going. You may have noticed that we are missing our good friend Fury tonight. Unfortunately, she is trapped on a bus on the wilds of the interstate system. So, unfortunately, she couldn't join us. Sorry, Fury. But next week, she should be back. What else do I have here? Some rules changes. So, you folks hopefully know that we use a custom system called 10 Dead Rats, which is actually sort of a mashup of original edition Dungeons & Dragons and Warhammer Fantasy. It's a custom system I put together, and this stream is really the first ever playtest of it. So that means that I'm going to be tuning the system as we go. So buckle up, everyone. Here we go. The changes, hopefully, to diminish over time. But the changes this week, real quick, is first, all academics have been given the read-write talent for free. So that means both Yeffy and... No, sorry, not Yeffy. Bruno and Trebbiano can now read and write. Congratulations.
Ooh.
All rogues get a free skill talent. That one's for Yeffy.
Yay!
Yeffy, what talent have you picked up as a result?
I have taken sleight of hand.
Excellent. Perfect.
It's almost as good as reading and writing.
Rangers have
Almost as good.
Rangers have also been adjusted to get an extra +1 to their ballistic skill, but we have no Rangers amongst us. And Warriors are sad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Christian.
Very sad with all of my things.
That's based on some feedback from other readers of the blog who've been playing the game and our own experiences last week. So that's about it for the quick announcements. And unless anyone else has anything else to say to our fine viewers, let's dive into our second episode of 10 Dead Rats.
Woo!
I hope there's theme music. And
Hey,
it's just
we're
me
back.
saying.
Well, Max is talking. Hi, Max.
It's okay. Earlier he was eating a sandwich. It was quite loud.
That intro is only so long.
Bag over the microphone.
Oh my gosh.
Last week we were introduced to our former mercenaries Indigo and Bruno in a tavern where a younger member, one Rolf Hertzis, sought out Bruno's help and was stabbed in the back.
Literally.
Meanwhile, Trebbiano and Yeffy engaged in a quick exchange of goods for cash, and Yeffy was toted about in a backpack on Trebbiano's back, and had a little discussion with some fellow peddlers. And eventually,
Found out I got some stolen stuff on me. It's great, which I stole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eventually, the group was united in their efforts to be hired on as messengers, bringing a very large crate via boat up the Reich from Marienburg up to Karlsburg, a journey of expected about 2 weeks' time. Of course, they could not resist cracking open that massive crate and were quite dismayed to discover the interior was packed with dirt, and inside that dirt was found a pair of coffins. And of course, they opened one and discovered within a horrifying vampiric visage who leaped at them, only to have the lid shut in his face by Bruno. And as they scrambled to reseal the crate, dark mist started to seep out of the crate, and the crew of the Belle, the boat that they were on, came down to help. There was some confusion as to what was going on. They got mixed stories of possibly rats or possibly corpses or possibly something worse. So, deciding what to do, or unsure of what to do, the captain suggested they reconvene in the mess to discuss their options. And the group is now headed up from the hold. It is the evening of their first trip. They've only just been traveling for about 6 hours, I believe. So it's just early evening.
We're not even out of eyeshot of Marienburg.
The four of you stumble up the steps of the hold into the twilight of the outside as evening is starting to come on. Trebbiano actually, just as he reaches the top of the step, lurches to the side, leans over, and vomits over the side of the boat. Yes, the terrible smell is only worsened by the hacking heaves and eventual dry heaves as Trebbiano completely empties his stomach into the river.
He didn't even drink any of the wine.
That's what happens.
You poured all the wine on the floor. That's clearly what's happening.
That's why you drink it.
Obviously.
I'm gonna take Trebbiano to his cabin or room. We're all sleeping in the same area. Right?
You have one shared cabin. You have one shared cabin, which is in a small hut on the back of the boat, which is really kind of a large flat barge. The back half has a small structure on top of it, which basically has 3 rooms: the mess, the captain's quarters, and your quarters. Which is a very small room, maybe 6 feet square, with 2 sets of bunks in it.
Maybe that's Trebbiano's quarters for the foreseeable future here.
I've always liked sleeping out under the stars. You know?
Yeah.
So the three of you drag Trebbiano to his bunk and hoist him in, and he groans and rolls over on his side and lays still for a moment. And you know you have a moment now before the captain is expecting you in the mess. Not that the walls are very thick or that there is very much privacy here, but you may, if you wish, discuss your plans before going to meet the captain.
What are we going to tell the captain?
Yeah, Bruno, what's your problem?
What's my problem?
What's your problem? Why are we lying?
I didn't rise from the dead. I don't have a problem.
Do you want to get murdered by that guy who rose from the dead?
No, we got him. We
did not
We turned him into mist. I slammed the lid on him. Bam! Instant mist death.
And even if we did get him, there's a second coffin.
Probably full of gold.
Listen, I would love if it was full of gold, but I really doubt.
Should we just pop back down there real quick? Just check that one out.
No.
And see.
We need a plan at least if we're going to do that. And we got to tell the captain something.
That's true. What? I mean, are we going to look bad if we're the ones transporting this coffin?
No, we were paid. We were paid, right? We're paid.
Okay.
Paid.
Because it occurs to me if we didn't kill the thing when it turned into mist, then it turned into mist to escape and is still here. And mad-ish.
That's pretty bad.
That seems bad. It does when you put it like that.
So, I mean, what, do you want to deal with it ourselves and not tell the captain?
I'd rather not deal with it at all, if that's an option. I mean,
someone's got to deal with it or it's going to kill us.
That is a fair point.
I, particularly, I don't know about you two, enjoy not being killed. It's a favorite pastime.
So what's the captain going to do about it? I mean, he's going to find the coffin.
And then we dump it into the river, right?
Well, we can't do that. Then we don't get paid.
Yeah, then we don't get paid.
What makes you think we're going to get paid anyway?
No one's going to notice that we opened it.
They're going to notice, especially if their intention was for us to deliver a box full of a dead body. They're going to notice if the dead body isn't there anymore.
We're not going to wait around for them to check it out. We drop it off, we take the gold, we scram.
Yeah,
Nobody says anything.
We could put some heavy stuff in the box.
Oh, yes.
Body weight stuff.
That's a good idea.
What's in those other boxes?
That is a good idea.
Yeah. We might want to do a superior job nailing it back shut because my fine halfling craftsmanship might not hold up to close inspection.
So, what about this? We tell the captain that we saw a ghost or something,
Okay.
and that it probably won't kill us, but it might, or something. And then when no one's paying attention, we go back in, we open the box again, we take the other coffin out, probably full of a dead body, and then we dump that into the ocean, into the river, put the coffin back in the box, nail it shut, deliver it, get paid again, leave before we either get eaten by the undead or arrested.
That's a good idea. That's the kind of idea that comes from a man who can read and write.
What?
Oh, I mean, I'm not partial to letters myself, but
Oh, it could have fooled me.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So we say we saw a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
wait.
probably it went away.
Probably went away. We sneak back down at night. We dump the remaining coffin. We fill the whole box up with detritus,
Yeah.
and we carry on our merry way.
Yep. And get paid another 10 gold crowns.
Another 10 gold crowns?
I mean, 10 gold crowns.
In general, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just... Anyway, we gotta go meet with the captain.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Yeah.
walk across the hall to the captain, to the mess hall to go talk to the captain.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh, it's right across the hall. Maybe we should have whispered.
Yeah, it is. It is quite a small. As I mentioned, the walls are thin. It is simple 3-room structure. It contains the mess, the captain's quarters, and your quarters. You know that the remaining crew, of which there are 5, generally sleep out on the deck.
And does the crew, I know we haven't been here all night, does it seem like the crew sleeps in shifts, or do they all sleep at once?
You have yet to experience nighttime on this boat.
Okay. That's fair.
So far, it looks like they all work.
We move fast here.
Okay.
That will happen.
All right.
So
all right.
you head
let's
over
do
to
it.
the mess. You open the door, and again, the mess is all equally small room with a little round table and a little sideboard. It does seem like the captain and his crew would fill this space if all of them were in here all at the same time. That would be 6 people, and it would be crammed full. Right now, it's just the captain there. He's sitting at the table. There are other stools around it, and he's got that bottle out, and he's drinking, and he looks up at you as you enter the door. Oh, you've come. Good, come, sit. And he reaches over and he pulls out 3 more glasses, sets them out on the table, and fills them from what you can only assume is a new bottle because you're pretty sure that the previous bottle was emptied. What happened? Where's your 4th compatriot?
Seasick.
Oh dear.
Decent. We should pour another glass for that one.
Oh. All right.
It's tradition.
It's tradition.
He
Loves.
does
He
it.
loves his brandy wine.
does it.
On
He
boats.
he
great.
He pours
great.
another one, and then he pours another one for himself, and then quickly downs it.
I'm gonna just double fist.
Well,
Cool.
now tell me, are there dead bodies in that box? Is that what we're transporting? Corpses? Attracting rats?
I mean, I don't think there are rats on the boat.
Oh no?
So,
Well, what?
that's good news. I didn't see a rat. And I think Bruno got confused.
Well, what about all that dirt on the ground?
I don't know what we're transporting exactly. We weren't told.
But you've opened the crate.
We did
Someone
open it, yes.
did.
Someone opened it. And And then I think what we saw was a classic Reich-induced specter or a ghost of some sort.
Ghost?
Mm.
Sick
A ghost.
forbid.
Or something.
Yeah, sometimes them spirit ghosts
You, thi-
attach themselves to boxes.
you think the cargo is cursed? Haunted? Oh dear, he pours himself another drink.
Haunted, not necessarily cursed.
Well, what do we
Could be.
do about this? I'm no holy man. Your seasick friend is a worshipper of Manon, is he not? Oh, yeah, he was a worshipper of Manon, seasick? That seems odd.
It must be the ghost.
Oh.
I kind of.
Spooky.
Jeffy just pushes her glass a little closer to the bottle.
Excellent. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he reaches over and fills it.
Great. Keep it coming.
Excellent.
Well, that would make sense. Maybe our friend is haunted.
Yeffy, would you please roll me a toughness test? You've only had a couple so far. I'm going to say the DC is easy. It's just a 10.
Okay, and that's a d20, and I just add my bonus.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, you're all right. You're holding your liquor.
So that dwarven stoutness, whatever. Good.
So, it is haunted. Do you think it will cause us trouble? We have 15 more days of travel.
I don't think so. But I think you should tell your sailors to be on the lookout for anything spooky.
Well, I will. Very good.
And we'll be on the lookout too. We don't want anything disrupting our trip.
Yes. Good. And you will keep a careful eye on that cargo. I don't want to get a reputation for not delivering the cargo I've been paid to haul.
Oh, us neither.
Yeah. No. So
Right. All right then. Very well.
Great.
Great.
One more.
That was
He
easy.
pours everyone another round.
Cheers.
All right.
Great.
Hey.
I'll take a toughness test from everyone. Target number for Bruno and Indigo is 10, but Yeffy, yours has gone up to a 15.
Right.
I got
5. I rolled.
I got a 9.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Excellent. You're fine. Indigo and Yeffy are now both starting to feel a little buzzed.
Ghosts. Spooky.
Great.
In your box. All up in there.
So we're gonna go and watch the box.
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
We all seem prepared.
Goodbye, Captain. And Indigo will get up and
Goodbye,
and
my
start-
friends.
Great.
Excellent. Okay, so you leave. You walk out.
Yeah.
You walk out. Where are you headed?
I guess just right outside the cabin.
Just right outside the cabin, back out to the deck.
There aren't that many places to go.
Yeah. Okay, so you head out into the deck. You can see that three of the hands can be seen sort of moving about the deck. Yep. You see them. They occasionally. They seem to like walk to the side and look and watch for rocks or whatnot. A couple of them have big poles that they can use to sort of push off. The one of them seems to be furling up the sail for the evening.
Cool. Well, that plan worked out.
That
Surprising.
was easy.
Did it?
Didn't it?
Did it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that was.
We still have to switch the
Well,
box.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, step 1 of the plan worked out really well, which bodes well for step 2.
So far,
No.
100% of the plan has worked out.
Are you guys drunk?
No.
Are you drunk?
No.
now?
No.
Are you sure?
No. No.
Are you drunk, Bruno?
Yeah.
No.
Bruno.
You're so small. Like, you have to be mostly liquor at this point.
That's 1. That's rude. 2. Yes, but I'm fine.
Okay.
3. How many fingers am I holding out?
3?
2. 5, 3. What
Mm.
he said, what Indigo said, he's right. He's redded. He's readed. He's literate. Lit. I can't say the word. He's good read.
This seems good. So we're all ready for the crazy, box dropping situation we planned for tonight, right? Nobody's too drunk for that.
No, well, I feel great.
This one, we're all okay.
Yeah,
Gonna get down there.
this is good. We should wait until the deckhands aren't handing the deck.
That's a good point. How many hands went down to last time when they heard the commotion or whatever? The captain came down.
There were 2 of them with the captain at that time.
Are those 2 working right now? I don't know if I recognize them.
No, actually, you don't see those 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's wait it out.
Great. So
I'll go make sure Trebbiano's not dead.
great.
And
Yeffy and I can watch the box.
you want to watch the box now?
Well, we have to. Someone's got to watch the box.
Someone's got to watch. No one's been watching it this whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
This may come across as a little hypocritical, but don't open the box.
Don't open the box.
What do we
says
look
Bruno.
like?
That's my recommendation. Is don't open the box.
Come on.
Great, thanks.
Give us-
Is that your medical opinion?
No,
Yeah.
it's personal, but it's based on a lifetime of experience,
Okay.
or at least a couple hours.
So Indigo and Yeffy are headed down into the hold, and Bruno, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Bruno.
Say that again. Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. So it sounds to me like Indigo and Yeffy are headed down into the hold, and Bruno, what is your plan?
I'm gonna go check on Trebbiano, and then I'm going to keep my eye out to see when the other hands go to sleep.
Okay. So, right. So as the sun sets, so Indigo and Yeffy head down. Bruno, as the sun sets, you can see that the one hand finishes furling up the sail, then confers with the other 2 hands, who collectively haul out and throw overboard a fairly large anchor. You can hear the rattle of, all of you can kind of hear the rattle of chain when this happens. This big splash and rattle of chain as the anchor goes down. At which point the boat kind of slowly drifts to a stop. Bruno, from there you can see those 3 hands then move to the front of the barge, where you now notice they've sort of set up a little, almost like a little camp. There's and you can see the sort of resting form of the 2 other hands, and it looks like they've kind of set up a bunch of boxes that are reasonably the same height to make a kind of flat area where they can roll out their sleeping bags and go to sleep.
That's cute. Is it typical for a ship not to sail at night?
Yeah, pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous to sail at night.
Okay. I'm more of a land creature.
Meanwhile, Yeffy and Indigo, you head down the steps. Perhaps a little nervous, perhaps emboldened by drink. You make it down to the box, and you can see again that as much as you left it, there are heaps of dirt around the floor, all near the base of the box. The top of the box has been sloppily nailed shut, so some nails are still sticking up. Others sort of pierce the side of the box at weird angles. But otherwise, you don't see any signs of anything untoward.
Great. So I have a lantern that I'll light and just sort of like, I don't know, set it down on a crate near enough to the box so it like illuminates the area we're in.
Okay.
And I have a little bit more liquid courage, so I pull out a wineskin that I have on me, take a big glug of it, and hand it out to Yeffy. As I just sort of like lean in, ready to wait for a while.
Excellent.
Yeah, Yeffy's gonna take that wineskin. She'll drink a bit of it, and then she'll lean her arm up against another box and go, Bruno said not to open the other coffin. But we still have these boxes.
Well, wouldn't that be? Isn't that like stealing?
Not if you just look.
Well, I mean, what
Just
could it
look.
possibly be? It's probably just like food, right? Just grain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
We gotta fill up the coffins with something, or the box with something heavy.
well, I figured we could get some rocks from the river or something for that. On
Are
other
you going in the
people's
river?
one of us can go in the river. We can dangle Bruno off the side and have him pick up rocks.
He's so short.
Yeah, he's easily dangleable.
That's a good point.
I just think if we open up any more boxes, we're gonna get in even more trouble than we're already in. What if another one? What if one of these other boxes also has a vampire in it? Right? Like that would be
That'd be weird.
that would be weird, you know. But
Yeah. Like small, like halfling vampire
exactly, you know that
crammed in a box.
I'd rather not have another one like jump at it. That was scary.
Yeffy and Indigo,
mean,
will you please both make me toughness tests?
Absolutely.
Great.
I'm gonna pass out.
I got a 9. So
Oh, I got 16.
Excellent.
Okay,
Excellent.
well.
So Bruno, back on top. You've watched the crew make their sleeping space and go to bed. You checked on Trebbiano, who's sleeping, snoring loudly in the crew quarters.
Great.
Yeah, you're now kind of putting together that probably under normal conditions the crew does not have to sleep out on the deck. This is probably their quarters, and you guys have displaced them.
They're probably not happy about that.
Probably not.
That's
So far it hasn't rained, so yeah. Hopefully that keeps up. Are you doing anything else for the evening, Bruno?
I mean, when it seems like they're all set up for the night, I'm gonna go downstairs.
Okay.
Does our room, it doesn't lock or anything, right?
No, I mean even close is a generous term for what the door does.
Okay.
Down below, Yeffy, you and Indigo have been chatting and drinking from Indigo's wineskin, and eventually Indigo just continues to have slurred speech, and his head starts to nod, and soon he is kind of just slumped forward, sitting on top of that crate, and lightly snoring.
Hey. Indigo. And I'm like, open one of his eyeballs. Look in there.
What? I'm awake. What is it?
You can't handle your drink. That's a problem.
I can handle. I can handle it. I've been handling it. I don't know how much more I could handle. It's very handled.
Yeah, but as well as you're handling the money.
Yeah, I'm handling the money. I think I'm handling the money pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
What are we up to?
Well, if we deliver these boxes, there'll be 20 crowns, which is a lot. It's a lot of crowns. A lot to put on your head at once.
20 is more than 2.
What? Yep. Sure it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny how I paid you 2 way less, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I thought that was a pretty good move on my part. Pretty smart. Indigo is.
Yeah.
Call me Smart Indigo.
At this point, Bruno comes down the steps.
What are you guys?
Hey, Bruno!
Oh my
Bruno, they're
god,
both-
you are drunk.
No,
Yeah.
I knew it.
no. I'm fine.
Hey,
Totally
Bruno.
fine. Get the box.
Hey, Bruno.
Yes, yeah.
20 20 is more than 2.
That is scientifically accurate. Yes.
Yeah. So I think you owe me some more money. Yeah,
Well, no,
yeah.
we're
yeah.
each we get 20 total, and there are 4 of us, and 20 divided by 4 is 2, so we each get 2. That's how it works out.
20 divided by 4 is
It's 2.
5.
It's 2.
I may not know letters, but I do know my numbers. Can't pull a
Wrong.
fast one on me, Bruno. I'm too quick.
Now pulling a fast one on you. God damn it.
I'm liking what Indigo is saying.
All right,
That's
we'll split
nice.
the
This is
difference
good.
and make it
That's-
3 each.
How much that is?
That's 3
But-
gold crowns.
But you like to spin things. Not so great, Bruno. I'm going with Indigo's counting.
Okay, that's fine. We'll ask Indigo in the morning.
Huh.
But the thing is, I think the more pressing matter is that you guys are both drunk and we need to dispose of a corpse that might be a ghost.
That's not a problem. What are you talking about? We can do this.
I've never been more ready to dispose of a ghost.
He's ready.
So ready.
Great. So did you guys gather up the detritus to weigh down the box with?
Oh,
No, we're gonna dangle you off the boat.
and you're gonna pick up rocks.
I'm going to pick up rocks after being dangled off the boat.
Yeah.
I am very dangleable.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's true. That seems not the best way to do it because I am afraid of drowning,
Oh. You should have said
and
that.
the rocks are underwater.
You know, I don't like being cheated money. Funny.
Those are
Let's
two
go get some
very
rocks.
different situations.
You should meet my family. I'm pretty sure it's the same situation.
Well, you can keep your family business to yourself. Let's just open some of these crates, take what's ever in them, and put them into our crate. Huh? Yeah? Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of blank faces about...
Well, since I suggested that, and Indigo wasn't too.
Oh yeah, that's a bad idea.
What? Relative to the other stuff we've done, it's probably not that bad.
Well, because then we're gonna be thieves,
Oh,
not just like ghost getters.
We should just see what's in one. Paul, I'm gonna go start opening a box. Jeffy's just gonna go start cranking a box open
Great.
because she's. Yeah, let's do it.
Excellent. What are you using to open the box?
My bare hands.
Excellent. Roll me a strength test. These are not very sturdy boxes, so it'll just be a target of 10.
14.
Okay. Yeah. So you heave, and then a couple of planks come loose. Right. Like the construction of the boxes isn't even really that good. You've noticed many of the planks of the box have a small gap in them, and little bits of straw poke out. So you go to try to heave it open, and some of the nails come loose, and you actually just sort of take a plank of wood off. So it doesn't. Not the whole.
did you
lid at
not
the top
want to
comes
use the
off.
crowbar?
But you've got a hole that easily one could stick one's hand in. And you can see
I can stick my whole arm in here. Look, it all fits.
All right, you reach in
'Cause I
there
can-
and you start fishing around, and first of all, it's definitely full of straw. So whatever's in here is packed full of straw. But then you encounter something smooth and hard that your hand wraps around. Feels like you could pull it out.
Ooh, it's probably a gourd or something.
Oh.
She pulls it out.
Excellent. You pull it out, and it appears to be a glass bottle. It's not corked. It is empty, but a glass bottle.
What?
Completely empty?
Yes.
Does it have a label on it?
No.
I smell the neck of it.
You don't smell anything. You smell a little bit of straw, a little bit of that kind of hay smell, but nothing.
Jeffy puts it to the side and then reaches back into the box. Is there anything
Yep,
else?
you pull
Is
out
there more
another one.
bottles? Ah.
What a bunch of crap.
Yes, probably for a person who sells wine.
I guess. Do they look
Yes.
like? This is weird.
Musical instruments.
Well, we need a lot of those to to make it feel like our box is full of dead bodies. Well,
Fill it with water or sand or.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be super accurate.
Paul,
Yes.
when we opened the box, the creature that jumped out of us was kind of like a frail,
That's true.
like emaciated corpse.
Yep, that's absolutely true.
So probably it didn't weigh that much.
Probably not.
Indigo says out loud.
And
just total silence, and then probably it didn't weigh that much.
you're looking at the 3-foot square crate with the plank removed and the couple of bottles that Yeffy's pulled out. Your guess would be that there'd be several dozen bottles in that crate.
Right.
Well,
so what I'm thinking, is it's probably the coffins that are making the box so heavy,
And the dirt.
and all the dirt. We don't need the people.
oh, so let's just take the other coffin, dump the body out, and put the coffin back.
Yeah.
Oh, unless that one is also a ghost.
Well, it's probably a ghost. We should dump it in the river.
Oh, yeah, right in the river. Can't hurt us.
The ghosts can't swim.
Is that,
Yeah.
that
Unless
fact?
they were like ghosts of sailors, but like probably not.
Well,
I think most
nothing's
sailors can't swim.
I
holding
think
the
sailors can
box
swim.
shut.
No, I'm pretty sure traditionally they can't swim. Well, we can ask them when we go up there. Oh, those guys might be really pissed at us because we definitely stole their room.
Oh, I mean, they
Figured
can
I'd
have
pass
it.
that, that they can't now because Trebbiano threw up all over it.
Oh yeah.
It's just, yeah. Really, we probably don't want it either. All right,
We tossing this corpse?
I guess
Yep.
it seems like you two are not in a complete,
What?
perfect state of mind.
Give me the crowbar, Bruno.
Give me my money, Bruno.
Yeah, give Yeffy her money, Bruno.
Yeah.
It's
But mostly
your money.
give me the crowbar.
All right,
Yeah. Let's do it.
all right. You can have the crowbar. I'm gonna keep the money for safekeeping for now.
Yeah,
Oh.
don't fall asleep.
Wait a minute. Oh, I have the money.
Bruno says, or sorry, Indigo says, reaching into his belt pouch and like pulling out handfuls of coins. Oh,
I have the money.
Well, maybe I can just hold on to that for tonight.
Or
I'll
I
just
can hold
maybe-
on
No,
to
I
it.
got it. I got it.
You wanna? I'll just a quick.
Listen, I can hide that money in places you wouldn't even figure out.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
I
Step
have a
back.
backpack and some flippy flap cloaks.
Indigo will grab the crowbar from Bruno's hands
Excellent.
and just sort of like hang it around his arm, and then he pulls out 2 gold crowns and hands it to Yeffy, and then just puts the bag away and doesn't say anything, and then starts crowbarring open the box.
okay.
Yes, sure.
That's coming out of your half.
Well, I guess.
Open the box.
Indigo,
Anyway.
give me an agility test.
Oh, agility.
Yeah, agility.
That's not good. That's a 1.
Excellent, perfect. So, Indigo takes the crowbar in his inebriated state, jams it into the crate, and starts just leaning on it. And there's like loud kind of whiny noise that nails make as they're pried out of wood, and a crack as a bit of the wood breaks. You get the box open, but is now clearly damaged.
All right.
And it was quite loud in your efforts to open it.
We'll just cover that bit up.
Okay. Cover it up.
Let's just get the coffin bit over.
You get the
with
box
here.
open though, and you see
Yeah.
You see the space where a bunch of the dirt has been removed, and you can see the top of the coffin that, that last you knew, held a animate corpse.
Right. Did we dig up both coffins?
You only just sort of established that the other coffin was there, but then really
Okay.
any dirt that you cleared off of the second coffin was immediately covered over when you cleared off all the dirt off of the first coffin to open the coffin.
Let's see. Well, the first one's definitely empty, so
Yeah.
let's just get the second one.
So you just push all the dirt
Okay.
from the one side to the other side.
Excellent. So, and who's doing the Indigo and Bruno? Yeffy, are you involved in this as well?
I'm supervising. No, Yeffy will help them.
Yeah.
Yeffy will
Okay.
help them.
So the
She's
three of
down
you
the
are all
dirt.
just heaving dirt around, pushing it off of one coffin to cover up the other. All of you are now, if you weren't already, all very, very dirty, covered in dirt. But you managed to clear off the second coffin, which looks pretty much identical to the first coffin. You can tell that they've been packed into this crate, sort of head to toe, because they're in that traditional coffin shape, where the top is a little bit wider than the bottom, so that they fit nicely that way. You've cleared enough dirt off of it. You think you could open the second coffin.
But can we lift it out?
You want to just lift the whole coffin out of the box?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
could. You would probably need two people, two non-halflings, to coordinate their efforts.
That's racist.
Given that the box is 4 feet tall, it'd be very difficult for you to reach over the lip and pull the coffin up out.
Great.
Let me go get my booster seat.
You stand
All
on
right,
the
so I'll
box.
supervise this part, and you two sober people,
Yeah.
Got it.
carefully lift the coffin out.
Indigo unbuckles his sword from around his waist and hands it to Bruno, like the whole scabbard and belt and sword. Just in case that jumps out at us.
Oh, great. What am I supposed to do with this if it jumps out at us?
We'll use it to kill the thing.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. How much is the sword about the same size as me? What?
Yeah, it's probably as long as you are tall. Sure.
Great. Great. Perfect. Ah, good. Practice swings here. All right, I'm ready.
Great. Heave ho.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
Amazingly, despite the grunts, the clatter as you lift out the coffin, you couldn't possibly, you think, make any more noise in your efforts. You managed to haul out the coffin, and surprisingly, no one has come down to investigate what's going on down here in the hold. You lift out the coffin, and it's now, you set it out along the on the ground right next to the crate. Dirt is just everywhere. There's just piles of dirt all around. You're stomping on it. You're covered in it. Lots of dirt. But you've got the coffin out of the
Alright.
box.
Going smoothly so far.
Sorry, did you say we got it out of the hold?
Out of the hold?
box.
No, you've got it out of the box,
Crate.
right? So it's a large 8 foot
Okay.
by 4 foot by 4 foot box that was filled
Right.
with some dirt, and then 2 coffins were placed in, and more dirt piled on to pack it full. Right. So you've
Right.
cleared the dirt off of one of the second coffin. 2 of you now have lifted it up out of the box and hauled it out and set it on the ground next to the box.
Awesome. So
Okay.
let's get it to the water. Right?
Take it out.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe I'll just poke up ahead of you two and make sure nobody's creeping around.
Oh yeah, good idea.
And maybe, just be a little quieter about it. Slightly quieter.
He's
Been
so
getting it out.
pushy.
Jeez.
So
He's so pushy. We should go. Just shh.
okay, so now making as much, having made as much noise as you possibly can, opening the box and getting the coffin out. Now Bruno is going to try and sneak up the steps. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent, Bruno.
That
Roll
is
me
correct.
an agility test, please, Bruno.
Ooh, yeah. 17.
Okay, yeah, Bruno, you managed to rather stealthily creep up the steps,
Killing it.
poke your head up, and look around the deck of um the deck of the boat. It's pretty still. Looking around, you can see it's very dark now. The sun has gone fully down. It's pretty dark outside. There's some stars out and whatnot, but the only actual bit of light is really is kind of backlighting you coming up the steps from the lantern that was left on a crate down below in the hold.
Is there enough like starlight to vaguely see by up here?
You would be a little worried about tripping over stuff without bringing up a lantern with you.
That's probably fine. All right, I scurry back down.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
He says go.
Be quietly. Okay, less grunting.
Oh.
Yeah. Excellent.
Certainly not no grunting, but
So, Bruno, are you carrying the lantern? Or
yeah, I'll try to keep it like covered.
Okay. You try to hunch your body a little bit over the lantern, and are you going in front
Yeah.
of or behind the two carrying the coffin?
I'll go in front, unless you guys would you rather go. I'll go in front.
You go in front.
Okay. So, you sneak up the stairs. You come up trying to cover the lantern as much as you can, but you realize like you can really only cover half. Right, you got to expose the light in some direction. You come up the stairs. The two behind you, Indigo and Yeffy, kind of grunting and heaving this coffin. Fairly nice looking, ornate looking coffin, except for the fact that it is pretty dirty from being buried in dirt. Come up onto the deck. Bruno, let's see. Bruno, I will have you roll me a an intelligence test, please.
Right.
I like that or not? Yeah, let's
Pretty smart.
go for it.
Oh, not that smart. 9.
Okay. Everything is clear. Everything is safe. You feel good about this.
Great.
So you, the nearest edge of the barge is actually the back, because the entryway into the hold is in the back side of the barge. So if you came up out of the steps, it would just be another, 5 or 6 feet to the back lip of the barge.
And that's the opposite direction. That's the opposite side than the hands are sleeping
Correct.
on right now. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's go.
All right,
Let's go.
So you guys haul the coffin on up. And you're at the lip, and what are you doing?
Okay. Now we gotta make it not splash that loudly. I'm beginning to think this plan had a few holes in it.
It can splash. That's what a river does. A river splashes.
It's dead quiet right now.
I'll just say I dropped something.
Indigo and Yeffy are holding this fairly heavy coffin.
Yeah.
And they're kind of straining as you have this conversation.
Okay, you guys push it, lean it over, and I'll open the lid and the body will fall out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we pivot it.
Indigo and Yeffy, will you please both make me strength tests?
Yes. 15.
9.
Excellent. Okay, so you tip it up, and Bruno, you go around to open it up. Bruno, roll me an agility test, please.
This one's actually gonna be full of treasure.
Yeah, I wish. Oh my
That's
God.
gonna be great.
Don't say things like that.
You're going swimming anyway, Bruno.
13.
13, Bruno. Okay, so Bruno, you pull open the lid of the coffin, and you look inside to see if what if treasure's gonna come flying out, and you actually see just the crushed velvet interior. It looks like, in fact, that the whole inside of the coffin is in fact empty. And you look at that startled for a moment, and then you realize that Yeffy and Indigo have tipped the coffin forward, and they're having a little trouble holding it back from continuing to end over end straight into the river. So, Indigo and Yevy, give me another strength test.
5.
10.
Why?
Yeah, it's coming end over end right at you, Bruno.
Oh.
Now you rolled a 13 on your agility, is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. Would you prefer to jump out of the way or ride the coffin down? The good news is the coffin isn't just plumb knocking you into the water.
I guess I'll jump out of the way.
You jump out of the way as the coffin tips end over end, and there's a loud splash into the river, and it hits the river. This big water sprays up, gets you. Now your face is a little muddy, and you see it kind of just hits the water, bobs once, kind of tips over on its side, and kind of just floats there in the river behind you.
Oh. Perfect. Yeah, nailed it. Right on the money with that one.
As you all turn to look behind you, you can see you see a little flash of light from the front of the barge. Somebody has lit a lantern, and you can see 4 or 5 forms kind of sitting up from their beds, looking back in your direction. But that light is quickly silhouetted by the form of a standing, fully erect human shape walking up the steps towards you.
Oh, that's not good.
What do you do?
Up the steps that we just came from?
Correct.
I put out the lantern.
Excellent.
I'll grab my sword from Bruno's arms.
Excellent.
Just
Oh my
yank
god,
it out
I'm
of his
having
hands.
well, no wonder I was falling. Jesus.
Yeffy, do anything?
Yeah, Yeffy will get her dagger ready and hide between Indigo's legs, pretend that she's a jacket.
Excellent. Okay.
Not very well because she's drunk, so she keeps wobbling around.
I'm gonna go into initiative. So I'm gonna ask you guys to roll initiative. This is a D6. The high roll gets to go first. I got a 6. So you guys are gonna have to match me. 2. Excellent. So
Nice.
I don't know why I rolled for us. You know I roll bad. Why'd I do that?
Yeffy is cowering behind the legs of Indigo. Indigo, you've snatched up your sword. Indigo, you see this form walking towards you, and you realize, walking up the steps, that as it reaches the top of the steps, you realize it is a very slight-looking, pale-faced human in rather old-looking finery, but it is, in fact, has that pale, wrinkled visage of the corpse that you saw emerge from the coffin. Now, Bruno, did I hear you say you put out the lantern?
Yes.
So you get a quick glimpse of that when suddenly there's a next to you, and the light goes out. And then there's a whoosh, a rush of air. The space in front of you goes dark. I would like everyone to roll me a fear test, and I don't think we've done this one before, so I gotta check.
Exciting.
Okay. Everyone, please make me willpower saving throws. This will be against the target number 15. You get to add your willpower bonus and your level because it is a willpower saving throw.
Great.
And level, huh?
So-
I take it we're level 1.
Yep.
So it's your willpower bonus plus your level.
Plus your level, correct.
Great.
And we're looking for a 15, right?
And you're looking for a 15 or higher. Indigo, how'd you do?
I failed.
You failed?
Yeah. I got
Alright,
5.
If you fail, you are overcome by fear, and will refuse to move towards or attack the fear-causing object unless it attacks you first. You also suffer a -1 penalty to hit saving throws and characteristic tests for a limited duration of time.
Oof.
Yeffy, how'd you do?
I rolled a 17.
You're fine. Perhaps the liquid courage has steeled your nerves, or perhaps it's me.
I don't believe in you, ghost.
Bruno, how'd you do?
Oh, I failed.
You failed as well. So likewise, And I'm going to quickly roll some number of rounds here for these effects. There we go. Okay. So, Bruno and Indigo quiver in fear for a moment. And Bruno's Indigo, you realize that this thing has leaped into the air. And that's why like all the light seems to have blotted out, and it leaps right at you.
Oh.
Bruno, what's your armor class?
Bruno or
Oh,
Indigo?
sorry, Indigo.
My armor class, I'm assuming I'm still wearing my armor because I have not slept yet,
Yep.
but I do not have my shield out.
True.
So my AC is 5.
Okay, great. Okay, so this form just comes flying out of the air with this flutter of its dark cape behind it. It grabs right onto the front of you, like full body tackling. But you are standing so stiff and so afraid. You actually managed to take it. You realize that it's a very light form, and so it just didn't have the weight to like knock you down or knock you back at all. You feel its arms wrap around you, and its head reaches down, and you hear this strange metallic scraping sound as it buries its face into your shoulder.
Oh.
Indigo, what would you like to do? You are no longer... that is considered an attack, so you are no longer prevented from attacking it.
I don't want to like shove it out from me and then try to get it with my sword. Like draw my sword and like cut it across the chest in one like smooth, cool motion. Very cool.
Why don't we start with we're gonna start with an opposed strength test to see if you can push it away from you.
Sure. Ugh, I got a 9.
That actually beats my 7. So you can definitely like it feels like you have been you're being tackled by like a 98-year-old frail man, and you push him back away, and you can see his face now just dimly by the starlight, backlit by the whatever lantern or other light sources coming from the front of the boat. But you can see his long face, his mouth is wide open, and sharp pointed fangs bear out, and you can see he hisses at you. You push him back. You grab up your sword and lunge at him. Go ahead and make an attack roll, please.
Yes. And so this is... I have my weapon skill here. So I'm adding that, and I have gotten a 12.
Sorry, that was a 12 total to hit?
12 total.
Okay. You lunge forward with your sword, having pushed him back from you. Lunge forward, but you're just a little wide, and your sword slices into his billowing cape, and you hear a loud ripping noise as you rip a fair amount of fabric and cut a large slit in his cape. Yeffy, what are you doing?
I got him!
Yay!
Yeffy, it is your turn.
Okay.
Oh, there's a dog trying to join.
Yes, that's my dog.
Oh.
He actually wants me to open the door for him. I feel bad. Okay, so Yeffy, in between Indigo's legs, when he pushes the ghost away, Yeffy is going to scamper out and just upwardly stab into his thighs. And just, then try to scurry away as fast as possible.
Aislinn, go ahead and make me an attack roll, Yeffy.
Okay, so I'm rolling a d20, right?
Correct.
And
you are adding...
Add
your character sheet here.
Yeah.
You are adding your weapon skill.
The WS.
Correct.
Ooh. I rolled a 16 plus 1 is 17.
All right, yeah, you jab into his thigh with your dagger. Will you roll me some damage, please?
I think that's just a d4, right?
Plus your strength modifier if you have one.
No.
Okay.
I rolled a 4. Yay!
Nice.
Wow. Yeffy really got him good. She's just like, die, ghost! Get out of here! Sorry, we ruined your second car.
You jam your knife into his thigh, and you feel that expected ripping of flesh as your blade tears through his thigh. But what you find disturbing as you remove it is that your blade is completely clean, and there's no splash of warm blood on your hand or anywhere that you can discern.
No splash.
Because he's a ghost.
Bruno, what are you doing? You are still affected by fear.
Damn
You refuse to move towards or attack the fear-causing creature.
All right. I reach into my bag and pull out my garlic,
Excellent.
and I hold that in front of me.
Very
Garlic doesn't work on ghosts.
good.
I'll season you.
The thing
Wow.
hisses and recoils, and Indigo,
I can't believe that.
you can see it sort of stumbles back and looks down at Yeffy, who's just stabbed it in the leg, and it snarls and leaps down at Yeffy. Yeffy, what is your armor class?
6.
6. It lunges down at you and it sinks its fangs into your neck.
Ah!
Yeffy, you
get off
take
me!
4 points of damage.
Oh, that hurts a lot. Shit. Okay, cool.
And now
Ow.
its form is kind of wrapped around the form of Yeffy. Even though it's much taller than the dwarf, it's kind of hunched over and clamped its jaws onto Yeffy's neck. Indigo, what are you doing?
I wanna, while it has exposed its back to me like a fool, I'm going to skewer it. I'm aiming at its neck. I'm trying to stab it right in the throat.
I will give you a +4 for attacking it from behind. However, remember you are still at -1 for being afraid of the thing.
Okay. Great. So a total of an extra +3. So another 12.
You swing it wildly with your sword, and it slashes across its back, and it completely cuts free the cape and part of the clothing, exposing an incredibly pale, bony back. But somehow you realize you managed
really,
to only cut
getting
up
its
its
clothes.
clothing and not the creature. Yeffy, what are you doing?
Other than crying, Yeffy would like to try to stab her
Excellent.
attacker
Go ahead and
while screaming, "I want my money!"
roll me an attack roll, please.
Oh no. It was so sad. It was like on an 18, and then I hit a notch in my desk, and now it's a 5. I got 6.
You feel its hot breath on your neck. You feel the warm blood spilling down your neck, and you can realize that the thing has lifted its head up just enough to lap at the blood oozing out of your shoulder. And,
That's mine!
you're trying to get the knife to bear, and it's just not quite working. Bruno, you're up. What are you doing?
So I can't attack it.
You are terrified of it.
Right.
It is what it is doing is horrific and terrifying, and you would like nothing more than to get as far away from it as you can.
That is an option. Can I throw things at it?
That really does count as an attack.
Well, that's a good question then. I relight the lantern.
Okay, you relight the lantern. Some light fills the back of the room, of the barge. You can see now that 3 of the hands have rushed forward, holding belaying pins, and actually all kind of try to rush to your aid and start swinging belaying pins at the creature that is wrapped around Yeffy. Only one of them connects. Very lightly tapping it on the head. Barely skimming its head. The other 2 swinging wildly and shouting, "What is it? Kill it! Get it off!" The creature. do we want to do? The creature seems to be in a frenzy, lifting its head up and again attempting to bite down on the collarbone of Yeffy, which is now very bloody. Yeffy, you can see it's got blood smeared all over the front of its face, and it almost looks maybe less frail than it looked before. It
bad.
does. It bites down on you again, Yeffy. You take another 3 points of damage. How are you doing? Okay,
I am
so you're not
dead.
dead. You're at 0 hit points.
I'll go. Why don't we talk about this? I have some nice.
So you don't go below 0 hit points. You're at 0 hit points,
Bad.
and we're gonna roll for a critical injury. And because I'm a cruel bastard, I'm gonna make you roll for it. So if you would roll a D8 and percentile dice, the D8 will indicate the severity of the hit, so you want that to be low if possible, and the percentile will tell me the location.
I rolled a 14. I
14
rolled a
for the
14
location. Very good. Which is that?
and a 4 on my D8.
Okay, that is a broken thigh. So you, it bears down on you, biting into your collarbone, blood spraying everywhere. You shriek in pain and go stumbling backwards, trying desperately to get away from the creature. One of the hands, you stumble backwards into one of the hands as he's trying to beat it with the belaying pin, and his belaying pin slams into your leg, and you hear a loud crack as the bone in your leg breaks and you crumple to the ground, screaming in pain. Yeffy, since you now have a critical injury, if you take any more damage, you will definitely die. Indigo, it is your turn.
So I saw that this thing didn't like the garlic that Bruno had out. So I want to maneuver around it. So I'm putting Bruno on one, terrified, frozen in fear, cannot move Bruno on one side of it, and me on the other side of it. And I want to try to fight the thing back towards Bruno and the garlic.
Okay.
We got it.
Let's start with a straight attack roll to see if you can connect in any of your as you're faint and moving and trying to prod it, hopefully connecting as you do so.
Nope.
Okay.
4.
It dodges and weaves, but now let's make an opposed agility test to see if, despite not actually connecting with it, if you're still able to maneuver it closer to Bruno. 5?
5.
Yeah. It seems to be paying little attention to you, completely absorbed in the delicious dwarf snack in front of it. Yeffy, what would you like to do?
I'm going to attempt to get away.
How do you do that?
It's still eating me, right?
So it's yes, it bit into your shoulder blade, and it's basically it's kind of got you, right? It's kind of like hanging on to you a bit, and it's biting into your shoulder blade, and you've stumbled backwards. You're kind of now close to the back side of the barge, and one of the hands has smacked you in the leg with his belaying pin because it's so crowded here on the in this space on the barge.
I'm going to go inside of my shirt and try to curl up into a ball as much as possible to slump down onto the ground into a heap of weird twisted body parts.
Okay.
Be as slimy and contorty
Excellent.
as possible. Can't
Roll
eat
me
a
an agility test, and I will give you a +1 for your contortionist ability.
Am I at any negatives because I'm critically wounded though?
You're not for this maneuver, I'm going to say. If you were trying to run or move or do something that really involved a lot of leg, yes, for sure. Your movement, in fact, is quite low now.
Okay. So I rolled a 15 with my agility. That's a 16, and then I got a +1 from contortionism.
Okay, great.
17.
So you kind of curl up into this weird shaped ball. You're disappearing into your own clothing. Though your clothing itself is starting to get soaked in blood, it definitely the creature seems a little confused. Bruno, what are you doing?
We're all over.
Find my
Yeah,
head
yes.
now.
What? Yeffy? Um. Yeah. Okay. I run up holding the garlic and grab the Yeffy ball and start dragging it back to the mess or our room, whichever's closer.
Sorry, what or your room? The mess
The
hall. Oh
mess
yeah,
hall
they're
or,
equidistant from. Yeah.
Okay, so back to our
Okay.
room. Why not?
Okay, you start dragging Yeffy down and as you do, a streak of blood is left. And Yeffy whimpers and moans every time you kind of hit a bump or a snag.
Don't worry, I'm a doctor.
Meanwhile, the three hands continue to try to beat the creature with their belaying pins. There we go. There's a natural 20 as well as a 16. That's it. They did much better this round. So,
Yeah. Way better than me.
ooh.
This has not been Indigo's best
Okay, so
combat.
two of them connect with their belaying pins, laying into the creature with repeated, like, what if that was really like the 98-year-old man it appeared to be? Surely this savage beating would be its death. But it manages to lurch up, throwing back the crew who have been attacking it. And as it stands upright, you see now that it looks totally dissimilar to the way it looked before. It's still very pale, but the wrinkles have smoothed on its face. Its body is less hunched and pale, and it looks stronger with more muscles and younger. It looks like a man in his 40s or 50s. Stands up, blood is just streaking down its face. One of the hands, as he gets smacked with the belaying pin actually cracks in half, leaving a jagged piece of wood in its hand. The creature hisses at him, leaps into the air, transforms into a bat, and flies off into the night.
We did it.
The three crew kind of stand there dumbfounded for a moment, watching the huge bat flutter away from them towards the distant bank, and then they look towards you.
I think Indigo does something similar, and then like sort of stands there stunned for a moment, and then claps his hand on the back of the man who hit it and broke the belaying pin and said, "Good job! I think you got it."
The other two hands come and slap him on the back as well. Well done, Hans. Yes, Hans. They start to chant. Hans stands there still holding the half of a ragged belaying pin, looking just stunned and startled. Meanwhile, Bruno, you've dragged the bloody Yeffy back to your quarters. You pull open the door to your quarters, and the smell is not great.
Oh, don't worry. That is not as bad as your wound, or bedside manner. Okay, good. No, hang on, Yeffy. Let me just examine your wound. I'm a surgeon. I want to try to unroll Yeffy.
It's hard. Like her elbows up and around her face, and her broken legs backwards.
It's really quite fascinating to you, Bruno. You're like, this is unlike any anatomy you've ever studied before. How does this person bend in this strange way?
How are you alive?
Roll me an intelligence test, please.
Oh, 10? I hope it's an easy one.
Okay. I will eventually, as Yeffy's limbs unfold into a more normal dwarf shape, you discover definitely that there is a broken bone there, which is going to need to be set, and you know you probably need to get some wood or something to create a splint to strap up Yeffy's leg.
Okay, don't worry. I just need to get some wood to make a splint to strap up your leg, a procedure I've done many times. I run down to the hold and grab 2 of the planks of wood, or some of the planks of wood that we tore up before getting into one of their crappy crates.
Great. You easily gather those things.
I run back up and I successfully do the procedure.
Roll me another. Let's see. Roll me an agility test to set the bone, please.
Okay. This may hurt a little bit, but that's normal.
Ow. Okay.
Don't worry.
No.
I am a surgeon. That looks like a 3.
3 total.
Yeah,
So,
that's total.
Bruno, you
need more money.
You grab Yeffy's leg and you twist it, and it is incredibly painful. Yeffy, give me a toughness test, please.
That would be
Yeffy
a 6.
screams in agony and then passes out from sheer pain. Indigo, what are you doing?
Well, that'll make this easier.
I think Indigo's gonna head down into the after fully congratulating the to Hans.
So the
right?
remaining
Sure
the
Hans
other
feels
2
good
hands
about.
have come out and kind of joined the chant, and they're all cheering. And you can see now emerging from his quarters is the captain to come see what's going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna head down into the hold, and I'm gonna go to the box, and I'm gonna watch the other coffin like sword up, and just sort of like watch it, and then if it doesn't move after a while, I'm gonna try to open it.
It does not move. You watch it for a brief moment, and then eventually you open it and discover that it is completely empty.
Oh.
Bruno, roll me an int test.
All right, now there's no more screaming to distract me. Finally get to work here.
God.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 7.
Okay. Eventually, you get the bone set-ish, and you get the splint tied on. And Yeffy, you will recover.
In 3 more sessions.
It's going to take some time for the bone to heal, and your leg may be a little crooked when it's done.
Okay, I don't depend on anything like fast movements.
Oh.
Indigo, what are you doing? You've fling open the lid, and the coffin is empty.
Great. I guess I'll go back up onto the deck.
Okay, you had to back up onto the deck and
face the captain.
The group is now passing around one of Captain Yosef's bottles, all taking swigs. Captain Yosef is there, and he turns as he sees you coming up, and he goes up to Indigo. My men tell me that a beast, a creature that turns a man that with fangs who turns into bats was here.
Yes,
amazing.
There was. Yes, an incredible, horrible thing to have happen. Good thing your man Hans here was prepared and fought it off.
Yes, indeed. Hans is very brave. Hans! Yeah. He shouts, Hans! And everybody shouts, Hans!
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 Did you see where it came from?
It looked like it came up from the hold.
I must go and inspect my cargo.
I'll go with you.
He rushes down. He picks up a lantern, lights it, rushes down the steps to look in, and looks around. Oh no! It's gotten into your crate. Oh, and one of mine as well.
That fiend. Maybe it was obviously looking to steal something.
Coffin?
And
He's now peering into your crate.
In my like, I think like probably significantly sobered up from the adrenaline, but not quite sobered. Indigo goes, a coffin.
What have we been
Horrible.
transporting?
Oh, something foul, dark.
What should we do?
Well, I'm not sure. Do you think? Well, and you've been doing this for a while. You think they'd still pay for it?
I mean, not in this state.
Maybe we should just throw it overboard then.
Well, the coffin, or the whole crate. If we show up with nothing, then my reputation may be injured for not delivering my goods. But if this is the home to a vile creature of darkness.
Well, let's You're right. We shouldn't deliver nothing. Let us keep it under strict watch then, and then when we arrive in Kallerberg, you can attest. You know, we can all attest to the story of how we were attacked by a beast who tore through your cargo and ransacked the place.
They might believe it.
Well, I mean, this box has been torn open.
Yo, clearly, it's been
torn
when the creature emerged, it clearly damaged the box, as you can see here. Look, this wood is ruined.
Yes. Terrible! It was a fine, sturdy box. I don't think I would have been able to do such damage to
not without a
it.
crowbar or something like a tool.
Yes. Who carries a crowbar around with them? That would be strange.
I'm up there hammering Yeffy's leg into place with the crowbar. Dunk, dunk, yunk.
Well, perhaps then maybe we can deliver the box, tell our story, and if they don't believe us, well, you delivered the box. Your reputation isn't tarnished. Maybe we can think of some way to prove in the day's travel ahead.
Yes. Perhaps we should sleep on it and think of it more in the morning with clearer minds. Should we just leave it like this, though?
Well, we should bring it somewhere that we can watch
comes
it. Maybe.
Back?
Yeah, that would be terrible. Maybe we should bring it up on deck.
Let's do that. I'll get this end.
We can all.
And
Yes,
the two
all
of
right,
you
great.
haul it up onto
carry
deck.
other.
All right. Bruno, you have finished your work on Yeffy. Yeffy, it's up to you, Yeffy, if you would like to remain unconscious through the night, or if you would like to come to at this point, although you will be in blinding pain.
I think Yeffy would not be pleasant to be in pain the entire time.
So Yeffy,
So, I mean, she's in blinding pain. She's probably
excellent.
can't do much.
So Bruno, you having done the best you can for Yeffy's leg, you roll Yeffy into her bunk, and she lays still while it's still breathing. You think she's gonna make it?
Perfect. Still breathing. That's what really counts.
Yeah, you'd probably put me next to the vomiting guy.
Hey, I put you next to Trebbiano so that you guys can keep an eye on each other in the night. Don't move if that's okay. Okay, great. Perfect. Snoring is a sign of recovery. I'll head back out to the deck.
So the hands are still kind of gathered there, and they clearly are kind of startled and adrenaline rushing still, and so they're talking about, oh, did you see? Oh, it turned into a bat. Oh, did you see? It got bigger. It was stronger. It used to be an old man. And yeah, etc. Just continually rehashing and rehashing. Oh,
Bruto. Good.
Hey, what are you doing with the box?
Well, we're afraid that the beast might come back, and we want to be ready for it for when it does.
Great.
You know, the beast we didn't know anything about.
That
This-
was
Can you believe that we've been transporting a coffin the entire time?
I
Isn't that just
can't
gruesome?
believe it. That is horrible. And look how it destroyed the box escaping.
Yes. Yeah.
I bet it wrecked up a bunch of boxes down there.
You know, I think you're right. So we should watch this coffin in case it comes back, so we can get it.
Right.
the hands you can see come now up and are all looking at the box and whatnot. And one of them says, "Well, I am awake now. I will help watch the box." "Oh yes, me too. I want to see the beast. I barely saw it." "Oh, I hope it does not come back."
Oh,
"It might though. Did you see it would turn into a giant bat? It's clearly a vampire."
great. You all seem excited. Here, who's ever keeping watch, I pull one of my stakes out of my backpack. Hang on to this.
What? Are we pitching a tent?
What? Ooh. I'm gonna let that one slide.
What is this for?
No. If it comes back and it's a vampire, you stake it in the
yes,
heart.
oh yes, I heard that's how one kills a vampire.
Old halfling
no,
trick.
you must submerge it in running water. No, I heard sunlight kills them. You must wait for the day. You must hold it still till the day comes.
Okay, that's easy. Stake it onto a board, hang the board over the ship so that it's in the water, and then when the day comes up, you'll get all
Excellent.
three. Yeah, nice. All right. Whew. I'm gonna keep the other two stakes with me.
Good thinking, Bruno. Ugh.
Well, Indigo looks like you look like you could use a nap now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're all actually quite tired from your exertions.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I sleep with my mallet and my stake
Excellent.
in my hands.
Indigo, do you go to bed as well? Okay.
Yeah.
The night passes without any more surprises.
That's a surprise.
Yeah. You all get some sleep, fitful or otherwise, and wake up the next morning, a little jittery. Yeffy, your leg throbs a bit. Yeffy, you will be at a movement of 1 until you can get rid of this splint.
Does that mean I can't run? I can
Yeah,
just
basically,
hobble along.
you have a movement score of 1, so that means basically you would move 10 feet during a round is about as far as you could get.
Great.
Yeah, Yeffy, how are you feeling?
Ooh.
It hurts.
Okay, that's not so bad.
What?
That looks like a Dr. Fine-Bottom operation to me.
Well, it's a little purple, and I got this big bloaty spot. And
Oh.
feels kind. She just takes part of her pants apart and the wrappings, and you just see the big contusion, just sitting there.
Doesn't look great.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Here, follow my finger with your eyes. Great, good. Vitals look
normal.
good.
That's great.
And now
I don't think my foot's supposed to bend this way. Is it supposed to bend this way?
I noticed last night that a lot of you bends in very odd ways, so that's probably just due to that.
Can't quite put my heel up over my shoulder like I used to. Is that unusual?
That's actually slightly more usual, so you seem to be getting better.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to give your leg a quick poke, and you tell me how much it hurts.
Okay.
Dunk.
Don't attack!
Okay. That's natural. Great. I take notes on all this, on my very successful surgery.
Some kind of women's
So, we need a plan. What do we tell the Orlock estate when we get there? about the box.
There's a
Yeah.
there's a
That's-
light
I
rap
mean-
as Indigo's posing this question. A light rap at your door,
Oh.
and
Hello?
you
What?
push open the door, and you can see the face of Gilda, one of the hands, and she kind of nods at you
Oh.
and says, "Pardon me, I'm sorry to disturb you. We are getting ready to shove off, and the captain wants to know if you think we should fish the coffin out of the river behind us."
Oh,
What
how
Yes.
did that get there?
We should do that.
Yes?
Oh.
Yes.
Won't it, what if the creature comes back for its coffin?
Well, then we'll get it. Then we'll have both of its coffins.
Okay, can't argue with that. Yeah, fish it up. Let's
right,
do it.
all right.
Yes.
She leaves.
I'll
You're gonna
help.
help. Okay. So you come out on deck and you can see that the captain and the other four hands are all standing at the back of the boat, looking at the coffin, and it's kind of drifted. It's kind of drifted away and is kind of now stuck in the mud close to the bank.
Great. Yeah. Whatever tools they're using to fish it, I'll help.
Basically, they play a little game with their hands where they count their hands to find out who's gonna jump in the water and go swim over there with a rope.
Huh.
Oh,
Do you put your hand in?
great. I can't swim, so no.
So, no. Okay.
Yeah. I would die.
But you can stay and help pull the rope once they get the rope around. Excellent.
Sure. Sounds good.
All right. The unlucky individual is Hans. Hans loses the hand game.
Oh.
And they all clap Hans.
Hans the hero.
Hans. You did so well last night. Surely you are the man for the job. He grumbles and strips down most of his clothing and takes the end of the rope and jumps in the water and goes swims over to the coffin to tie it up. And you and the rest of the hands manage to pull it out. Kind of takes a bit, but with all of you working together, you're able to dislodge it from the mud where it stuck itself and then drag it over to the boat. And then actually the hardest part turns out to be hauling it up on over the lip of the barge because it is thoroughly sodden. All that crushed velvet on the inside is just soaked up all the water, and water pours out of it as you haul it up on board.
They'll never
It
know
is
the
in
difference.
Terrible shape compared to the coffin that's already on the boat.
Oh gosh.
No one's gonna want to sleep in that.
Well, hopefully.
All right. Once that's accomplished, the hands get back to work. The captain shouts some orders. They lift up the anchor. They start pulling the boat out. They lower. They spread the sail, and the boat begins to proceed upriver.
Great.
Okay. The travel for the next day goes pretty calmly. The boat drifts reasonably well. There's a little bit of a wind. The boat travels upriver. The crew continues to chatter and rehash the events of the night before, and consistently look back at the two coffins sitting on the back side of the barge. Are you guys doing anything? Is there any?
I mean,
it feels like we have to consider the possibility that the Orloff estate is in on this whole thing.
What?
Yes.
That they knew what they were getting, and it was monsters. Unless they ordered, some nice wheelbarrows and someone chipped the monsters instead.
Could happen. So that's a good point. So do we think the Orlok estate was was their plan to have us deliver this box and then kill us once we get there? Because if so, we shouldn't deliver the box.
But if they were going to pay us the 10 gold, we
And
should
hope that we
deliver
never
the
noticed.
box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then we should deliver the box.
I'm beginning to think they might notice that we noticed.
Really? What what makes you think that?
The box is a little messed up.
Yeah, you think? One of the coffins is soaking wet.
That I think I blame on you two. You dropped the coffin in the water. We were just supposed to open it and let the body fall out. Now there wasn't any body in it, but
Yeah.
You think it's gonna come back for the coffins?
it really seems like it. What if there are two of them? There are two coffins.
What if one was like his nice carriage, and the other one's like just his day to work carriage?
That's true.
Uh, that's one possibility.
Maybe we just take your garlic and put it in one of them, you know? Then he's like, oh, I'm going to get in a soggy carriage. Ew, I don't want to sleep in that one. And then he goes to the other one and he's like, oh, gross. Ghosts hate garlic.
And then he just leaves?
Yeah.
I'm not sure it was afraid of the
think this out.
garlic as I'm not sure it was as afraid of the garlic as it was you stabbing it in the leg.
Yeah, that was probably a bad choice on my
And
part.
both parties received a serious leg wound. That's fair.
Sure.
If you say so.
But thanks to my brilliant procedure, you're fine, and the monster is not, as it lacked surgical expertise.
What if? Here's another grim thought.
Great.
Not Bruno's excellent surgery. What if the creature, now that it's been uncovered, just went to the Orlok estate and is waiting for us there?
Oh, that's much worse.
Then we don't get paid, and we get killed once we get there. The worst outcome.
That would be really bad. But it probably can't travel that far on its own, otherwise it wouldn't have had to ship it on the boat in the first place.
That's true. Why did they have us ship it?
It clearly liked Yeffy's blood.
Yes.
Is
I
that
agree.
yeah? Is that usual? Should we all take a taste of Yeffy's blood, or
What?
do you think just any
No.
blood will do?
I mean, if you think I could sell some in small vials with some time, you could probably make
Blood?
quite a good killing.
I don't know.
Worth keeping in
Yaki
mind.
blood keeps you sterile. Wait, I don't know what the meaning of that word is. I think I meant something else.
No, I think you've been sterile.
So, if we leave the coffins on the deck, and then if the creature has not returned by the time we reach Kellerberg, then I think it's safe to assume we should not visit the Orlok estate.
right.
Anybody know what the strange writing was on the box?
No. Did we
It
know
actually
anything
looked
about
like
that?
a heraldic symbol on every side of the box.
Right,
Every
okay.
single side of the box has a large painted emblem on it that looks like a heraldic symbol. Not one that any of you recognize.
Yeah.
Probably says ghost.
It's
Do not
probably the
open.
symbol for the Orlok family.
So let's try to draw it back to the coffin while we're on the trip and trap it in there or get it in some way. That way we can get our money from the Orlok estate without having to get jumped by the monster.
I like that plan. How do you plan on luring it?
That
Well,
doesn't involve my blood.
It does, in fact, which I recently heard you were interested in selling in small vials. So we take a little bit of Yeffy's blood, we pour it in onto one coffin, we put the garlic in the other coffin. That way it can't, fake us out. It gets into the one, we jump on it, and we nail it back closed. No one's hurt, except Yeffy a little bit.
3 gold crowns.
Three
3
gold
gold
crowns.
crowns.
Well, you already got 3.
I got 2.
Well, and the one we originally made.
Right, so now you have a total of 4, right?
I want 3 more.
That's expensive blood.
Mm-hmm.
How much of Yeffy's blood is still on the deck? Could I swab some up? What is the...
It's all been scrubbed down by the crew at this point.
All right. 3 gold crowns. Indigo, hand her the money.
You hand her the money.
You have all the money.
You have your own money. This is a transaction outside of the delivery.
No, it's part of the delivery. This is like insurance on the delivery.
Well, if you want to buy the insurance for the delivery, then by all means, Bruno.
All right, what about 1 gold crown? Huh? Extra shiny. Okay, 2 gold crowns. Just as good as 3.
3 gold coins. 3 gold crowns. That's the end deal. End deal, not 2. Yep, there you go. Nope.
2?
I don't like that.
2?
No.
2 gold
Don't like
crowns.
that. Show me
and
the money.
10 silver shillings.
I don't want to have to do the conversion math. I'll pay the extra. Well, some amount
Pay
of
the extra
shillings.
because I don't like to
I
make
can tell you how
change.
much.
Excellent.
Okay, you know what? Fine. 3 gold crowns. There's 10 more at the end of this. This is just a minor down payment on the great amount of gold later. Okay. All right, I hand Yeffy 3 gold
Excellent.
crowns.
And what is your plan beyond the payment? Walk me through it. What do you guys do?
Oh, shit. So I put all my money in shillings, so I do actually need to know the conversion. What is it?
12 shillings to the crown.
So I gave her 36 shillings. 50 minus 36.
Pockets full of silver shillings.
I'm pulling them out and counting them on the ground here.
Excellent.
Oh no, that can't be right. Wait. Okay, here we go. All right. So I'm just gonna take my surgery dagger, and I'm gonna just poke you with it, and then we'll extract some blood.
Surgery dagger. All right. All right. So how much blood are you trying to draw from Yeffy here?
I want to get my
That'd be
money's worth.
No, not like a vial worth.
3 gold crowns worth of blood.
3 gold crowns worth of blood. We're putting a price on this shit.
And what are you collecting the blood in?
So I get one of the empty bottles from the crate we busted open downstairs.
Okay. Well, when you go downstairs, you find that crate has been repaired and repacked.
Efficient. All right, I pull out my wine skin
Excellent.
and I dump out, my water. Well, deal's done. We're on a boat. There's plenty of water.
All right, and then you bleed Yeffy into a wineskin. Excellent. Yeffy, make me a toughness test, please. You've already lost a lot of blood.
Grim.
Oh, that's right. Should we be doing this on someone who isn't hurt?
4.
Yeffy,
You're committed.
Yeffy passes out as Yeffy's blood soaks into the wineskin. Some of it goes in, some of it goes on the outside, some of it goes down your arm. and you realize like, oh, you've punctured Yeffy much harder than you thought.
Best doctor.
Another successful operation.
Excellent. You got some blood, but it's also there's blood all over the place, and you realize you must quickly bandage up Yeffy, who's now looking quite peaked.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry, Colin.
It's great.
It literally didn't occur to me that you were already injured and maybe we should beat somebody else.
Oh my gosh.
Some physicians claim that bleeding the patient, of course, drains it of the ill humors, and this should have helped Yeffy. Look, Yeffy is now being quiet and peaceful. Clearly it's worked.
Right. Not in pain anymore.
Leave that money.
You managed to bandage
completely
Yeffy up,
covered
who then
in blood.
returns to peaceful slumber. And you have a wineskin, which is a little blood-stained on the outside, and has some blood on the inside as well.
There was blood stain on the outside already, I think.
Well, that's pretty grim there.
Yeah, that's surgery for you, though. This is a classic surgical procedure.
I see.
Yeah,
So you're just gonna put the whole skin in the coffin now, right? Wouldn't that be easier?
Well, no, I'm gonna dump it out all in the coffin. Really spread it around. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. See, the problem is that Yeffy had too much blood and not enough liver bile.
Oh, I see.
And so it's very difficult to add liver bile, but pretty easy to take blood. So
I see.
Balanced it all out, and now they'll both come back in the correct amount, which will help her leg heal. She also has one too many broken bones, but that's less of a fluid situation.
So what are you doing with the blood?
So I guess we should wait till night.
Okay.
Do we want to wait till night?
The night? You wait till the night. Yeffy, you wake back up after a short nap. But you definitely feel weak.
Yeah, that was some good blood. You did good, kid.
Should have charged more. It's okay.
Maybe.
Learn my lesson.
Yeffy's just got the broken leg, really pale, bandaged all over, falling around.
I need a
gosh.
Okay, I open up the non-waterlogged
So you head
coffin.
back to the back of the barge as night has fallen. You hear in fact the loud splash of the anchor being thrown overboard, which you know is part of the evening ritual. You head back there and you discover that 3 of the crew are kind of hanging about around the coffins.
Oh. Hey, what? Hello? What's going on?
You recognize Hans and Gilda, and there's at least one other crew member there, and they're kind of like hanging around and looking around. And Hans looks at you and he says, "I think we are looking for bats."
Oh. That's smart. Have you seen any?
Gilda cries out, "Look, there's one!" And they all rush over and look. Where? I don't see it. I swear, it just fluttered by.
They don't seem like they're gonna be great at this part.
Just put it in while they're distracted.
Oh, yes, right.
Gosh.
So while they're not looking, I'll open up the non-waterlogged coffin, pour all of Yeffy's blood in it.
Okay, so they're looking over one side, trying to peer to see if there's a bat. You flip open the non-waterlogged coffin, pour the blood, which is congealed a bit from having been kept in a wineskin all day, but you kind of
You gotta give it a shake first, yeah. Oh, God.
you squeeze it out into the coffin.
Like ketchup.
it's a little thick. It's a little thick. Are Yeffy and Indigo there as well? Is everyone gathered around at this point? Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slumped up against like the edge of the boat, like, you got this.
When,
Grab the blood.
the third crew member whose name you haven't caught kind of turns around and looks over at you just as you finished squeezing out the blood. What is this?
We're trying to just mess with the where the thing sleeps, so that if it tries to come back, it doesn't have anywhere to stay.
Holy wine.
Yeah.
Blessed by Manon.
You think if the coffin is messy, it doesn't come back?
Well, like my dwarf friend said, it's holy wine blessed by our priestly friend, currently
Yeah.
ill.
I see. Okay.
Blessed.
All
Let's
right.
all holy.
That's
Just
good.
put a lot
That's
of work
good.
in there.
Yeah. All right.
And now I'm just gonna toss the holy garlic in this other coffin. I'm gonna do that real quick. Phew.
Okay. So you toss the garlic into the other coffin.
Into the wet coffin.
Some nice wet garlic.
And then what?
And now the trap is set.
We
Ow.
ring the dinner bell. Ding, 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 ding. Come get your delicious dwarf friend.
You wait
Please,
a minute, 2 minutes. Look! Is that a bat? They all rush over to the other side of the boat. That's not a bat. That's a sparrow. There's no sparrows at night. It's not a bat.
I think we just wait through the night, right? I don't know what else we do.
I'm gonna go get into the brandy now.
Fair.
And take a rest. It'll help me heal the leg. I pat the leg. I'm like,
Excellent.
ow!
don't
You head
Oh,
over to
don't touch
the
it.
mess, Yeffy, to get at the captain's brandy, and actually discover that the captain is there drinking the brandy. As you peer into the mess, he's sitting there. He's got a glass of brandy. He looks up. Oh, Yeffy, yes, come in. He pulls out another glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Great.
And he pours you some, and he seems very happy to have someone to drink with. Oh, tell me, Yeffy, tell me of your journeys. What? I mean, besides the pay, why do you go to Karlberg?
Well, I have some goods to sell there. You know, some interesting things I've gotten on my other
really?
travels,
You are a
and
merchant.
yeah,
Oh, what kind of
yes,
goods?
today. Well, I've got actually I have some vials of blood that are quite lucrative.
Vials of blood?
Very good, great. They sell like
Really?
hotcakes.
Who would buy such a thing?
Mm-hmm.
How much blood?
Just like wine,
Ooh.
half a wineskin. You know, just
Really?
a little.
And there's a market for this.
Yeah. Among halflings. Can't get enough.
Really? Fascinating.
Sickos. Yeah. And I got some rings here, and I go into some of my
fine
folds.
jewels. We carry mostly glassware and some grain to Karlberg, but fine jewels. That's lucrative to move.
I got something real weird down in my lower pockets, but
No.
I don't want to directly hand it to you, but I take out the globe thing.
Yes, it's strange.
Is this? I'm hiding the insignia. The insignia. So I'm like, no.
You hold forth this strange metal contraption with its odd gears and levers, and the captain peers at it, and he kind of pokes there's the one part where there's like a little metal clampy part that holds a what appears to be a jagged piece of rock, and he pokes the rock. What kind of stone is that? It's not a gemstone.
No, it's
Ooh,
quartz.
unusual. What is this thing?
Yeah, usually not gray
it
like
looks
that, I
dwarfy.
guess.
Oh,
Well, I'm a dwarf.
Yes, of course.
Give me that brandy.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll tell you a little
he
more.
pours you some
There
more
you go.
brandy.
That's a pail. That's great.
Roll
She
me
takes it up.
a fellowship test, Colleen.
Sure. That is a 4.
Oh my god.
You know, when it matters,
Yeah.
I roll like
So,
crap.
We are
rolling high.
terrible. Yeah.
You spend a few hours with the captain drinking. He seems to quite enjoy the company and quite enjoy talking with you. Unfortunately, you're not able to offload any rings on him. Bruno and Indigo, you wait,
Yeah.
you watch. Roll me toughness tests.
Oh,
15.
1.
Okay. Bruno, you wait late into the night with some of the other hands who get excited every time there's even the slightest noise. They think maybe there's a bat coming, but nothing ever comes. Bruno almost immediately just falls right asleep. And now
fair.
it's quite late, and you're starting to feel very tired, and your eyes are drooping, and you're starting to lose faith that anything's coming. What would you like to do?
I'll fall asleep.
Eventually, you fall asleep, and the two of you snooze on the back of the barge, and the night passes, and nothing. No vampires show up, and that's I think a lovely place to leave the game for tonight. We'll pick up next time as you arise in the morning of your. Just look at this. Third day of travel.
Wow. Been an eventful 2 days.
And what is this trip? 15 days?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Not
really
a 3-hour
quickly,
tour.
Before we end, I think that we've actually hit a couple of personal ambitions, if not all three of you. So I'm going to go through them and look real quick. Yeffy, have you pawned any stolen? Oh, almost. You think there might be a sale there amongst the captain for you? Christian, have you found a way to travel without having to pay for a coach? I think the boat probably counts for that.
I don't know.
So yeah, I'm gonna give
think
you
so?
that one. And Bruno performed one successful surgery. I think that you have saved Yeffy's leg. So I'm gonna say that that's also completed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
The best doctor.
Look, the best around.
The finest bottom.
How much
Excellent.
experience do we get for that?
Excellent. For completing a personal ambition, you each gain 25 XP.
Hey.
I think that's right. I'll double check that off stream, but I believe it's about 25.
Okay.
And I'll let you know. And the two of you should also come up with new personal ambitions. Yeffy and Trebbiano will have to continue to pursue their current one. Although, actually, anyone can at any time change their personal ambition. So if you're feeling like it's unattainable, by all means, change it at any moment. Although Yeffy, you were this close with the captain, you think there might be a sale there.
I'm gonna keep on trying. Dedicated.
Excellent. So thank you everyone for joining us on the stream tonight. I hope you had a good time, and join us next week for more exciting adventures of 10 Dead Rats. Good night, everybody.